Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and our guests tonight. Now you must all be wondering what my speech is about. The Nimby banana. For one thing, let me start off by saying, no, it is not about these cute little creatures that absolutely love bananas. No. In fact, it is about something that's completely different. And you're never going to guess what it is about, because what I am talking about tonight is something that I study, wind energy. Now, you must all be wondering, what does wind energy have to do with this tropical fruit, which is the banana? Well, just hold your horses, because in very little time, I'm going to explain to you exactly what the relation is. But before that, let us look at wind energy in general. Now, wind energy, as we all know, is a free resource and a very important one for Germany, because Germany has a lot of other renewables installed, like solar power as well as biomass, but wind promises the greatest potential. And in fact, the amount of wind power installed in Germany is more than any other types of energy in Germany installed. And the second thing is that wind power is a carbon emission-free resource. What does this mean? That whenever you have wind energy being generated, there is no emission of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Like if you burn coal, there is carbon dioxide emitted into the atmosphere, and that causes global warming and destroys our environment. But that is not the case with wind energy. The wind blows, the windmill turns, and we get free, clean electricity. Also, the second thing is that it is the cheapest form of renewable energy as compared to solar photovoltaic or other things like biomass. Wind energy is relatively easy to set up. Well, maybe not against solar power, but it is much cheaper than any other kinds of renewable energy. And for Germany, which aims to have 80% of its generation of electricity from renewables by 2050, according to the Erneuerbare Energiengesetz passed by the German government, by 2020 they also intend to have 35% of generation from renewables. And wind energy is going to be the way that they are going to spearhead this operation. So let us look at some charts here. Okay? What we see here is in fact that wind power is actually quite high. It is much higher, in fact, than all the other types of power plants. But the actual output is much lower, because wind power, although they are developed, they do not generate electricity for you all the time. They only generate when the wind is blowing. So overall, wind power gives you approximately 9% of your total energy output used in a year. And this data is according to the Fraunhofer Research Institute. But what are the cons of renewable energy? Renewable energy, namely wind energy, like I said before, does not generate all the time. It only generates when there's wind blowing. So the wind stops and the lights go out. So people are working on things like storage systems for wind energy. The other drawbacks, namely, are that wind energy is quite expensive, in fact. If you look at the chart, and if you ignore the little purple area on top, the cost of wind turbines is a lot more than electricity from hard coal and combined cycle gas turbines. So if you're burning coal and gas, it's cheaper, but it emits CO2. But wind power, even though it is more expensive now, it will be much cheaper in the future, because every year prices keep going down thanks to engineers like myself. Yes, we're working on it. It's a work in progress. But yes, eventually one day we will see a trend where carbon emissions are so expensive that it's cheaper to build wind turbines. Another thing about wind energy is that people say that it makes the landscape look bad. Okay? Now let's look at how that works. Here we have a beautiful meadow, and we are going to plant wind turbines in it. So let's go plant them all one by one. There we go. We have right there 4 beautiful, pristine, white polyfiber windmills. What is ugly about this? You still have your beautiful green meadow, open sunny skies, but people complain about the sight. Why? Because every now and then this happens. So enter calamity. People say that it's a hazard for birds. As far as hazard for birds goes, the other clean energy that we have, which does not emit carbon dioxide, is nuclear energy. And nuclear energy is like the shirt you wore out of last week. It's clean enough. Sarcasm. Sarcasm. Tell me, what kills more birds? This or this? What's more damaging to the environment? This or this? What is the cleaner option? This or this? Oh. Now, this is the biggest problem to wind energy, right? So far we've seen why wind energy is such a great resource. So we should build it, right?
Definitely.
Definitely. Where should we build it?
Not in my backyard.
Exactly. Where do we build it? Not in my backyard. That's the standard response. Appelman sagt none. And this is ubiquitous. Nimbiness is ubiquitous. Nimby, not in my backyard. This is the root cause of why wind energy is not successful so far. And in Germany, in fact, people are so paranoid, it has gone to the next level. The banana. Introducing, ladies and gentlemen, the banana. Build absolutely nothing anywhere near anyone. 9999. This trend needs to change. People are very resistant to change. They don't want to hinder their views. Fine, build the wind turbine in the sea. I'm sure the fish won't mind. You're fishing anyway. If a few fish hit the wind turbine, that's lunch. People have this idea that wind energy is not reliable. Yes, it isn't, but that's why we have other storage systems which are coming up. In summary, wind energy is a method. It can be developed, but only if people are willing to develop it. So, what is the way forward? Get rid of this Nimby and let there be a Yimby. Yes, in my backyard. All of us, come on, let's give the beautiful windmill a flying kiss. Everyone, 1, 2, 3.